What's up, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be discussing the disappointment that is the Chicago Bulls as they lose this game against the Brooklyn Nets. Our first in-season tournament game at home against a favorable opposition, and the Chicago Bulls once again let the entire Bulls nation down, and the hope is dwindling away fast. The Bulls are gonna have to find a way to bring this hope back. Otherwise, I don't see a way out for the Chicago Bulls team. There were some positives in there. I think, again, offensively, there were some good things there for the Chicago Bulls, but truth of the matter is, we didn't really do well in any aspect of the game. Offensively or defensively, there was problems there. So let's discuss it. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And comment down below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls game today, your player of the game, your thoughts and opinions on how well or how poorly the Bulls played in this timeout. We did lose this game. Again, I need to be more prepared for this, bro. Like, how do I just keep on not searching the Chicago Bulls score every time I forget it? 109 to 107 was our final score. Again, we did the right things towards the end of the game in terms of Zach LaVine missing the free throw and trying to shoot to win the game. There's no complaints there in my eyes, at least. Maybe there was a pass to Caruso there, but again, I think in that sort of heat of the moment type of situation, you know, I can let Zach LaVine. I guess there's not much criticism that will go Zach LaVine's way for that ending. However, there was a lot of problems with this game, and it seems like there's always a lot of problems with the Chicago Bulls. Let's start off with the first one, and that is we failed to stop the tempo of the Brooklyn Nets. Ben Simmons did a very good job in this, but even guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Cam Thomas, they pushed the tempo, and they allowed themselves to get easier opportunities, easy paint points, which led to them also being able to make their three-point shots towards the end of the game. Once you get hot from the paint, once you get a good feel of the game, and you're able to make some shots and you see the ball go in, yes, it leads out to the three-point line, and then from there, the Nets never really looked back, and they were just super efficient towards the end of the game. Whereas the Bulls, look, I think offensively we did some good things, but in all seriousness, I think the defensive end actually is where we kind of struggled the most. What I didn't like about the Bulls offense was I didn't think we capitalized on Vucevic anywhere near as much as we should have in the first half. I think the second half we did a better job of it, but in the first half, Zach and DeMar were the ones taking over. Vucevic was kind of left in the wind and stuff of that nature, especially for a team like Brooklyn that were playing so small. They did say, and they mentioned it, that they had to respect Nikola Vucevic. The Brooklyn Nets coach said, we have to respect Nikola Vucevic, what he brings to the table. And of course, the double teams came and stuff of that nature. But I still feel like we could have done better in capitalizing on Nikola Vucevic. When double teams come to Nikola Vucevic, that means someone should be open. And I just don't think we used him enough in the first half, and that caused a lot of issues offensively. But other than that, I liked how we got to the line. I think that was a good thing for the Chicago Bulls. And I think Zach and DeMar in the first half at least were efficient and stuff of that nature. But again, it's a loss. And it's a loss against a favorable opposition. So as much as I'm saying, yeah, to be fair, the Bulls did okay in this avenue. The Bulls may have done okay in this avenue. We lost in our first in-season tournament game. The court looks stunning. Even the Bulls City Edition jersey, yeah, it's not good, but it looked better on the players at least. And all the hype, I guess the momentum and the hype around this game, and we let it slip away. And we always let things slip away. We don't bring the best version of the Chicago Bulls each and every single night. So you need to start understanding some of these things, that maybe the Bulls' best version of themselves is the inconsistent version of the Chicago Bulls. And that's what we see game in, game out, quarter in, quarter out, minute in, minute out. We see too many inconsistencies with the Chicago Bulls team. Patrick Williams played well off of the bench, but you also have to ask, well, look, if he's making these types of shots off the bench, why couldn't he do that in the starting lineup? Why is the starting lineup still struggling when we've benched Patrick Williams? Question marks there. I think the answer is ultimately going to be, this big three I don't think works well together. I think that's the ultimate answer that everybody either knows or is going to come to know. This big three simply does not work well together, and that kind of puts a stumbling block on the role players and everybody else around this team. That's what I think we're going to see. Whether or not that will happen, whether or not I'm right or wrong, I'm not sure. But that's the outcome that I feel like we're going to get to. And that's why I think trades can happen this season. But again, it's absolutely miserable. The Chicago Bulls lose a winnable game. And I mean, every game we played has been winnable. I mean, think about it like this. I mean, the Raptors game that we won was a winnable one. Detroit was winnable. Our first game against I can't even remember who our first game. OKC, that was a winnable game. Dallas was a winnable game. All these games are winnable. So look, when AK said we lose a lot of close games, he's not wrong. And maybe he felt like the new additions to this team would take us over the hump in close games. But simply put, that is not happening. We are not winning these close games anymore. And I do believe eventually we will see this change, or we will see a change in the Bulls, not the fact that we'll see close games, we'll win close games. I just don't think the Bulls have the minerals. In all honesty, I think DeMar DeRozan makes smart plays in the clutch, but everybody else I don't think do. So it is what it is, man. It's frustrating. I'm upset, and I took a lot of hours actually out, you know, just doing my own thing, and I come back here and just like, man, I have to talk about the Bulls again. Like, are you serious? I like the Bulls, man, and I made this YouTube channel for a reason. I love talking about the Bulls, and again, it's a good habit to have, but my goodness, do they frustrate me sometimes, and this was one of those times. In the end, we'll go to the must improve and the player of the game. My must improve could be, that's a tough choice, actually. I'm just, you know, Kobe played really well. I think he got into the double digits. Zach LaVine, he did okay. DeMar did okay. Vooch did okay. Pat did okay. Torrey Craig with his fouls. Maybe Torrey Craig could be part of this. I don't know. I'll say, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. We'll look at the stats. Let's see who struggled. I think Torrey Craig has to be the answer. Or Alex Caruso. But Alex Caruso as well, he makes some very important defensive stops. I don't know. One of those two. My player of the game will probably go to, I think I'm going to give it to Zach LaVine in the end. He got 24 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. So those stats look pretty good on paper. And again, he almost won the game for the Chicago Bulls. So I'll give it to him. Our next game is against the Denver Nuggets. I will not be doing a watch-along for this game. I will not be home. So I apologize for that. But against the Jazz, most likely I should be able to watch that game. What did you guys think of the game? Thank you all for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.